Alright guys, so this is what I'm going to be tying today. It's called the GFI hopper. Let me lower you a little bit here. I think that'll be a little better for you to see. Anyway, it's called the GFI hopper. I did not create this fly. It's been around for a while. And I think a few other videos have, people have made this on video, but I am putting together a box. I just got my new boxes in. They're foam. These, I got my logo on them. They're fly boxes. I mean, they'll hold just about any fly, really, except for really big streamers. But I figure I'm going to put together some types of boxes. So, for instance, this is going to be some foam flies. We are starting with a Risen barbless nymph hook, 9231. Size 12. Okay. And this is Vivus 10-aught. I like it because it's flat. Really good for these foam flies. Doesn't cut it as easy, but it's super strong. So start your thread a little right behind the eye. I'm not directly right behind it, but give a little space there. Bring it back to the back here. Now, I use some dubbing. You could also use chenille on this, but I like something to bulk it up a little bit. Dubbing works great. I'm actually going to use some flashy dubbing here. This is some ice dub. I don't know the name of this color, but it's like a light orange, kind of. It's got some other colors mixed in. Let's see. Does it say on here? It does. Actually, it's UV2 Diamond Bright is the name of it. It's called Copper Olive, but it's kind of almost like an orangey color. I like it. Just kind of works well with this. This is one of those flies that you can really tie in so many different color combos. I wouldn't get caught up on what colors I'm using necessarily. This one is going to be a yellow. You want to kind of bring the dubbing almost right up to the back of the eye there, like that, right behind it. Now, put on first, actually, you want to cut. You can see I already started to. You want to cut a little taper. Now, if you've got the Chernobyl, what are the? I forgot the name of them, but they're who does it, but they cut like stamps almost. That cut like this kind of shape into the foam, and those work great. But anyway, you could just do it by just using curved scissors or cutting the curve like that, and then it always makes some square at the top, so just kind of angle it and cut that off, and it makes it, pretty good. It's not going to be perfect, but it's pretty good. Fish don't care that much. All right, so crazy glue. That's what I'm using. Just some kind of super glue, whatever, that kind of stuff. Put a dab on top just to keep this thing durable. Have it stick out. You can see how far back I'm having it stick out. It's not very far, but maybe about almost, not quite, but almost a hook shank length back. Make a couple tight wraps up front. And you can see how this is kind of now curved around the hook. Because that super glue, if you kind of do that, it'll hold it there. Also, when you tie in foam, you want to make sure you tie in right even, because if you tie not even, it's going to turn the front and it's going to be off to the side. Okay, so you really want to make sure that's even. It's important when tying foam in. All right, so then you're going to cross up over like this. Make 1, 2 wraps. So now you're making a segment. Cross up over 1, 2, and cross up over 1, 2. Now you've got a little segmented body there. You can see that looks really good from underneath. I like the flash. It's kind of how I tie these. It doesn't have to be that way. So I make 2 more wraps there on the back just to kind of secure everything. And then you want to crisscross up over, make another loop there, crisscross up over, make another loop, and you're good. There's the body. Now, I'm not sure if you're hearing that. My kids in the background, they are loud always. Every time they're quiet until I hit record. So 1 second. So you want a hair packer here, hair stacker, and I've got this. It's this is elk hair, bleached elk hair. Not very much, about that much here. You want to comb out. There's going to be fuzzies in it. You just want to kind of comb. You can see the fuzzies that come out. See it all? You just want to make sure that gets combed out. And you want to stick it in your hair stacker. Usually 4 is good enough. You can see that stacked it nice and even. I'm going to grab the tips. You want to line those tips to be just shy of the tail end there. Transfer fingers, measure where your tie-in is, and then you cut that off flat, flush. And then spin your thread. So see, you're not going to see it here, but I am spinning it counterclockwise, I believe. Is it counter? Yes, counterclockwise. And that'll help kind of make this jump back, the thread back towards your fingers rather than out. So that way you grab onto it. And you just want to grab on just to the tip of those. And see how that really cinches those in. Okay, and then we're just going to make a couple turns right in through those. Okay. And then pull this down. Put a little dab of super glue. And then pull this up over. Make an even wrap over it, just like so. Make sure that's even on top. There we go. Come in, cut that off square. Okay, and you know, I totally forgot to tell you guys, you want to cut this roughly about the hook gap. Maybe a little longer, okay? And that's about the thickness that you want a strip of foam, okay? Anyway, and then you want a really thin piece of foam, about half that amount. You don't have to do this, but I like putting a hot spot on top. Helps me see it. Different types of light. I forgot to tell you guys. So you want to, whenever I get talking. So see how I made a space there in between the two? You want to make a little bit of a space. You'll see why in a second. And then you put the foam on top, the other color. So different light, you know, darker. I find like in the afternoon, late afternoon, something bright works really well. But in the mornings, I find like super bright, like the yellow here is hard to see with the light reflection. And then sometimes at like dusk or super early in the morning, even like a dark color, like black, will be more visible. So this is just to help you see it right on the water. If you have any of these, see these sticking out, these stragglers that are sticking out past, you can always at this point cut those off. You don't want that to be too big there. And then this is Montana Fly Company, centipede legs, and this is a speckled clear tan. They make yellow, which actually probably be better for this fly, that color. I'm out of it though. I've ordered more, but the tan works really well too. I mean, it's a good color. So you want to clip off one, and you want to double it over like so, and then the loop at the front, you don't need a whole lot of it because it's only going to be the front legs. They're going to be shorter. Make 2 wraps, like so. And, oh, the light is not on. It's a little better, guys. So once you wrap twice over it, clip the front loop off. Well, you might not have seen that. Sorry, it's not in the video. Anyway, pull them down. There you go. I like having the front legs downward a little more, kind of angle it like this. Okay. And then you can make 2 wraps. Now, as you can see, those splay outward. Now, those would almost be like that if you didn't leave a space in between. But we're going to lay those down a little bit more. Okay. Grab a little more of that dubbing, whatever dubbing you're using. And then hold back the legs. Wrap. You can see that made them lay back down a little more. You can add a little bit more if you need. Once you add a little bit more, then you can always, lay it down a little more. It's even more laid down. Then I bring this, kind of jump it up to the front. As you can see, right under the eye. Pull back the front legs. Make a couple wraps there. Then you can go ahead and whip finish. Now there's a little, you can lay, use 2 hands here, lay on this vise at least, there's a little knob. And here, I'll show you guys. You can see there is that knob right there. So when you do this, you can lay the bobbin right on there, keep it as rest, and then you got 2 hands you can whip finish by pulling those legs out of the way. Makes it a little bit easier. Alrighty, and that's it. Now you're going to want to trim these legs up. I like the front legs a little shorter. And they already were, but and then the back legs here you want to trim to just about, you can see, a little shy of about at the back end there. And that's that. It's all done. Now I'm going to be tying a bunch of these because I'm going to fill up the boxes. I'm going to tie them in yellow and olive and tan. I tie them in a lot. Black is a really good color. Looks like a cricket in black. And sell these boxes filled with flies, with foam flies. These, I like to add a little super glue at the whip finish. And then right at the legs, 1 at the top, 1 dab at the top, and then the other leg. There we go. And that's pretty durable. At that point, this is not going to break apart. I fish these for sunfish, which are, if you've ever fished sunfish, they're very aggressive, really sharp teeth. They will rip a foam fly apart. And these do pretty good. They still come apart after time, but they do pretty good. They're pretty durable. So they're good flies. And they can be tied in a number of different sizes and colors and just have fun with it. You can use different types of dubbing. You can go without the dubbing if you want. You can use different, instead of bleached elk hair like this, you can use a different kind of wing material. They're fun flies to tie, so give them a try. Also, I am sponsored by Risen, as you guys might know. These are good hooks, as you can see. The fingernail test, it sticks. My finger is stuck. And so they're very, very sharp hooks. I'm barely touching it, and it's going right through my skin there. Super, super sharp. Also pretty strong hooks, very strong. These are barbless, which is nice. And for the price, you just can't beat them. $4 for a package. I think they're $4 for a package of 25 of them. And I think that's the cost. But you get a discount. So type in McFly at checkout. If you haven't used that discount code before, it's a one-time code. But type that in at checkout and you can buy anything on their shop. Hooks, they also sell rods and reels and a whole bunch of fun stuff. And once you use that code, just email them and see. They sometimes have, you can set up like a they send coupons and stuff through the mail, through email. You can set up with them with that. So don't worry about using this one time. I'm sure they'll be able to figure out a way to get you a discount with other stuff as well. Also, if you guys could subscribe to my channel, it really, really helps. Also, hit the like button. As you guys know, all algorithms on it, when people comment or they hit the like button, comment too, please. But at least hit the like button. Let's YouTube know that you like these, and will help promote my videos a little better, okay? So that really helps me if you could do that. And definitely subscribe, because I've got a lot more of these types of videos. In fact, I've got already over 300 fly tying videos and quite a few fishing videos and how-to videos on other stuff with fishing and fly fishing. So definitely subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Now you go catch some fish.